One take, one shot, Raw review where I do it all in one take, one shot, no edits. And if you want to win this belt, all you got to do is leave one comment down below, or a comment per video gets you multiple chances. You just got to go check out the past videos, leave a comment, and boom, you are entered to win a $600 belt. All right, it is currently 5 p.m. right this second, and Raw is over. That's because it's coming from England. Next Friday and next Monday this Friday and next Monday will also air early, and then we go back to United States, and we get, it's back to normal. It's back to normal. So this Raw, Roman Reigns, he made it. Roman Reigns, these are the segments you should watch. Anything Roman Reigns. So the beginning, Roman Reigns talking to Jey Uso, the absolute, the last 1 minute of the show, and Becky Lynch and Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella surprised me. Very entertaining today. Very entertaining. Those are what you should watch. Everything else, I did like the Kofi Kingston match as well with Penta. But other than that, it was like, I've been trying to put my finger on it. I'm trying to put my finger on what I'm not liking about Raw when I watch it, because I'm like, I watch it, right, and I'm like, nothing's wrong, but something's wrong at the same time. I keep wanting to give Raw either 4, 5, or 6, because it's never, super great, but it's never, super bad. And someone, I think it was LT, he put it, I was like, man, this is not a boring Raw, but why am I not enjoying it? And he said, it's flat. And that was the perfect description of what Raw and SmackDowns have been lately. Every once in a while you get a stellar one, or a really a stinker. But yeah, I think the product is just flat right now. And so that's kind of how this episode was. Like I said, there were good moments though. Roman Reigns, he starts off the show, and they allowed him to speak. One of the things they don't let Roman do anymore, which got him over really, really well, not just backstage segments, but in the ring, cutting a savage promo, and he was able to do that. Plus, he has to go one-on-one with somebody. He has to be kind of ripping someone apart on the mic, and he was able to do that. First, he comes out, though, and the crowd is just, Roman Reigns, Roman, OTC, all these things. They went through a lot. If you love Roman, stand up. If you love Roman, stand up. A lot of chants. Finally, Roman starts talking, and at one point, he's like, Cody called it, and everyone booed, and he took a second. He's like, interesting. Roman Reigns reflecting on the fact that his successor is getting booed, kind of probably how he thought it was going to end up. So he's like, that's very interesting. He brings up Seth, and they boo him too, and he's like, yeah, I can understand that. And he talks about how, everything that Cody said came to pass. He no longer has his people around him, his wise man, he's by himself. And it seemed like it seemed like Roman was kind of about to give things have changed. I don't have these things anymore, and they're never coming back. It seemed like he was about to go that route, but then he did say, but then he kind of corrected course and said, but that could change. And then Paul Heyman and Bronson Reed came on. So we don't know. It's was he about to give kind of his farewell, his announcement of his retirement tour? Or was he about to say, I'm coming back. The tribal chief is coming back, winning all the championships and dominating once more. We don't know. He could have gone down either road. I'm retiring, or I'm getting everything back that I lost. But we don't know, because Paul Heyman comes out. Paul reveals that he still loves his tribal chief. And because he loves his tribal chief, he's going to disrespect his tribal chief. And he's going to show him some hard truths, some hard love. And Bronson Reed is going to be the guy that does it. And there's a funny exchange where Bronson Reed starts saying, hey, I'm the Samoan your dad talked about. I'm the Samoans that, they got shipped off to Australia because we're the bad Samoans. We're the bad we're the bad ones. And he's like, these tattoos I earned, yours were paid for, all these things. And then this is where Roman's so good. This is where Roman becomes good. He's like, you're Samoan? What? You are? Like he didn't know that. And that's just Roman just being savage to someone. He's like, well, I guess I'll give you a shot to come down here, give me my shoes back, acknowledge me, and I might not beat you up or something like that. And yeah, so they just go back and forth, right? They go back and forth. There was a funny moment too where everybody's like, Roman Reigns, Roman, and so Paul Heyman goes, Bronson Reed, Bronson Reed, Bronson. So everybody played their part very well here. And then Roman will actually say, forget this. He goes out and him and Bronson Reed collide and they start beating each other up. This is one of those pull apart brawls that once a wrestler is pulled apart, the other one, they run back at each other and they keep jumping over all the security guards. Win, lose, or draw, Bronson Reed. This feud right here is great for Bronson's career. I don't think he needs to win it. If this was Braun Breaker, I might say, yeah, let Braun win this one. But Bronson Reed does not need to win this one. This reminds me of when The Miz started challenging John Cena. It was like John Cena won that first feud with The Miz, but just being in the conversation with John Cena, that elevated The Miz to the point where within a year, he was back in the main event, actually fighting John Cena and winning WrestleMania 27. Granted, one of the worst WrestleManias of all time, but still won it nonetheless. And this is what Bronson Reed, I see this as just being in this conversation. Roman Reigns is literally, he came back because he's mad at Bronson Reed. He's not trying. Yes, he wants to hurt Seth, and that's like down the road, but right now he's like, he wants to just beat up Bronson, and that's a good thing for Bronson Reed. So win, lose, or draw, this is great stuff for him. I'll talk more about it on the prediction video. Probably do the prediction video Wednesday. So then I got my notes right here. Then we go to a match with JD McDonagh and Dragon Lee. This is a good match and stuff, and the announcers try to keep selling us on the fact that, this is going to be such a good match. And yeah, it was, and it would be, and we should be excited about it, but at the end of the day, you treated Dragon Lee like a jobber, and you treated JD McDonagh like a jobber. So two jobbers coming together, it's not really that exciting for us. I mean, again, it was a great match, but WWE, you sell us on the idea that this is sports entertainment, right? Now, see, AEW sells us on sports with entertainment, but WWE sells us on they're together. They're equally important. And I've said this many times. Storyline is actually more important than wrestling, but all they are giving us is wrestling, and it's just like there's no storyline, there's no meat and potatoes on this, and so it's not that interesting, honestly. And then when you have 20-minute matches on live TV, it's just it doesn't work anymore. If you're not going to give us storylines with these wrestling matches, after selling us since Hulk Hogan won the belt at Madison Square Garden against the Iron Sheik, you've been selling us on the fact that it's more storytelling than wrestling that is what matters, then you can't get mad at us when we're like, man, this match just didn't hit. Because yeah, it did hit on the level of technicality and just being a great match, but on what you've sold us for over, let's see, 40 years that we need more, 42, 45 years that we need something else to get us in. Like, this is supposed to be a soap opera, but we're not seeing that. All I see is opera. I need the soap. And so it was a good match. Dominic, Finn got thrown out. Dominic came out. AJ chased him off, and then Dragon Lee won. Okay, cool, whatever. And that's not me saying like Dragon Lee sucks or anything. No, when I went to watch AAA, and I didn't know any stories, right? Triple Mania, I didn't know any stories, but I could tell this was a wrestling presentation. And so I enjoyed it for what it was. But Raw and WWE is supposed to be something else that they have sold us on historically. That's my TED Talk. Anyways, we have LA Knight. This was good. I forgot to add this. LA Knight God, I wish they would just pull the trigger. Just pull the trigger. LA Knight, pull it. He would be such a good champion right now. He gives such refreshing interviews. He's a mile a minute. He's a mile a minute with what he says. Go back and listen to this LA Knight promo, and it's like, I'll smack you back to factory settings. I'll do this. I'll do that. He's just blah, 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 blah. He would have so fit into the Attitude Era. It's just nice because it's a juxtaposition of Seth Rollins. He'll come out and cut an interview. Literally 20 minutes can go by, right? And the only thing he will have said is, I'm so great and smart, I'm the champion. That's what Seth says. I'm in control of the future. That's 20 minutes. LA Knight in 2 minutes will get about 3 chapters of a book in his promo, and it was good stuff. So LA Knight, I would just love if they would give it. They gave Jey Uso a 51 to 54 day title reign. God, I wish they would do that for LA Knight just to see if he could pull it off. So that was great. We have a Rusev promo saying how he's back. Later, we'll have a Sheamus promo saying how there was a good line in this Sheamus promo. He's like, you're the biggest star. You're the biggest return that nobody asked for. He's like, come on, dude. And interesting that this is going to happen. Something's not landing with this feud. I don't know what it is. I've been saying multiple times that they need to beat the crap out of each other like Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman did last year. If we don't get that, for every one person that I've heard enjoy this feud, I've heard 10 that don't. It's just not landing. It's just not landing so far. Penta versus Kofi Kingston. And you know what? I gotta say, thank God for the New Day. Love the New Day. Unfortunately, Xavier Woods, he's hurt because Penta not only destroyed his hat, which hurt his his heart, but then his Penta driver hurt his neck last week. So what a villain this Penta is. But thank God, we have Kofi Kingston who steps up and maybe there was cheating involved and maybe there wasn't, but Kofi won. Let's just say it like that. Big G, Grayson Waller getting petitions to stop the Penta driver. But Kofi looked good here. Kofi kicked out of a Penta driver, which I believe was the first time ever. And I don't know if this is leading to the Lucha Brothers getting back together, because why else would Penta be fighting with a tag team? But that said, Kofi got the win. Very, very happy about that. Xavier Woods is so funny on the outside, too. He's just so funny. They're just great. I asked some people in my chat, why don't you like the New Day? Because believe it or not, we can have a disagreement. If I like someone, you don't have to like them. If I hate someone, you don't have to hate them, unless it's Goldberg. Go ahead. Feel free to hate Goldberg only because I said hate Goldberg. But everybody else, feel free to, we can have a disagreement and whatnot. And so, I asked people, why don't you like the New Day? And most people didn't have anything bad to say about New Day. They were just their storylines suck. They go nowhere. What are we doing with them? So that just tells me the New Day's entertaining. Is just they're booked into oblivion, so nobody really wants to get behind them. So hopefully we get Rey Fenix coming in for the Lucha Brothers, and we can go there, because it doesn't look like Phoenix and Andrade are doing anything, or bring in Andrade and Lucha's with Andrade, plus you got Big G over there for now. And though I still really think we should kick Big G out and bring in Omos, Big O. And he's in the States. Well, he's on the North American continent now. We then got an Unreal commercial. It's hey guys, Unreal happened a month or two ago. Why are we advertising it right now? Maybe Netflix is we didn't get our money's worth. Don't worry, Netflix. You might not have got your money's worth for Unreal, but that show destroyed John Cena's retirement tour and CM Punk winning the Royal Rumble. I'm going to do a whole video on how Unreal was so damaging to the WWE storyline and landscape. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, the drama, the high school drama continues, where Io's like, I'm sorry, I can't be friends with you because my other friends don't want me to be friends with you. We're like family. And while that's happening, Asuka sees this and she gets mad. Later, we'll see Asuka come up to Io and say, no, it's her or me or us. And it's like, why? Like, you aren't dating. You're not a romantic couple. And even if you were, why are you so jealous? Like, there's nothing, like, I don't props that it's a storyline in the female division that doesn't have to do with the title, but no bueno, no props, because it's such a high school storyline. Could you imagine if I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe we did this already. KO was mad at Cody Rhodes for teaming up with the Bloodline. Oh, you're friends with them? So maybe we did do it before with the men. But it just seems like a little more high school in this scenario. The acting, maybe? I don't know. I don't like it, but whatever. It's getting them on TV at least. We will then have Roxanne Perez. She will actually fight Rhea Ripley, and Rhea Ripley will win. I know it's probably going to get a lot of people mad, but like, you know, Rhea Ripley is a main eventer, and Roxanne Perez is a tag team person right now. I understand. I do understand. Probably gonna get a lot of hate for that. Like, what? Dear God, you just said that the main eventer should win? Yeah, I did actually. So eventually, though, Raquel Rodriguez, after the match, they will beat her down, and then Io will help her, and that will then spark the later pick her or me, Asuka saying that. A little all over the place, I apologize. I had a lot of yawns. Like last week, I didn't have any yawns, and I kind of akined it to it being like super early. But I had 23 freaking yawns today. Like 23 yawns. This aired at 2 p.m. my time. Like, wow. I think that's a record. And that's when it was on USA for 3 hours. Like, holy crap, 23 yawns. This product is flat. But I will say what was entertaining, though, is Becky comes out, and Becky is like, yeah, like, we're in England, and this place sucks. That's funny. Then Nikki Bella comes out, and I'm like, oh, God, here we go, Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella hit some home runs. Nikki Bella did a really good job tonight. She even called her the C word, and we're all thinking one way, and Becky's like, I can't believe it. And then Nikki's like, yeah, coward. And then Becky's like, oh, well, that's even worse than the C word, I thought. And then I just wish that Becky would have kept saying, I'm not a C word. That would have been funnier that way. But no, it was good. And this match is now a setup. Nikki Bella versus Becky at Paris. I still don't really want to see the match, but they do have really weird chemistry together that kind of sort of works. And it's probably because Becky is so good, because there's this one Savage line where Becky's like, the only good thing to ever come out of Birmingham or wherever they're from died a month ago. And that's Ozzy Osbourne. And I think Ozzy would have appreciated this joke. And then she's like, and if I was from here, I would die too. I love that kind of heat. Ozzy, did you know that he's a WWE Hall of Famer? So, yeah. And then Becky also called her, said that Brie was the good twin and the better twin. Stephanie Vakir, she's going to have a title match. Anna Pierce was like, you'll get your title match, but I don't know when. Let me finalize some stuff. And then Bayley, straight up, she's a split personality now. There's 3 of her. Unless there's another one somewhere in there. It looks like we have the Ding Dong Hello Bayley, who was bad, who would eventually go on to start Damage Control. And then we also have Hugger Bayley. And now there's 3 Baileys, and the Bayley that's like, trying to figure it out. And, yeah. The one thing about this is, like, how are we hearing the voices in her head? Like, how are we hearing these things? Like, it's one thing for her to hear it, but, like, how am I hearing inside Bayley's head? Like, I hope they can figure out a way to explain that. And I know people are going to be like, oh, don't worry about this. This is a good storyline for her. But yeah, I don't know. Someone pointed that out to me, and ever since they pointed it out to me, I'm like, you're right. I shouldn't be hearing this dialogue because this is all in her head. Now, if they show that she recorded all of this stuff, that's different. So there's a little gripe there. But Lyra's really worried about her all of a sudden. It's like, oh, I don't know. Lyra, she's like, is anybody calling her? She's obviously unwell, which is a fair point. And Adam Pearce is like, yeah, I called her. Don't worry. Adam Pearce. Dominic Mysterio, he's saying AJ's a menace. And so we're going to get that match next week. It's going to be in France, so that's cool. I was kind of hoping that AJ Styles would show up to Lyon, France, which is Friday night. But I understand he's not a part of SmackDown. But when has that ever stopped anyone either? But at least we're going to get AJ in Paris. We then start to Seth Rollins hyped up his men, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and eventually they're going to start their way to the ring later. They start their way to the ring, and Roman attacks. Roman showed up to work today. He showed up to work, and not just that, but before this, he actually had a segment with Jey Uso, and this was like how Roman probably should have been to Jey during their time in the Bloodline, where he's giving him advice. He's telling him, hey, man, basically, he's like, you can make friends or you can make money. Go make some money, dude. Go do what you got to do. That's what it's all about. It's all about moments. Roman giving Jey mentorship. That was cool. And so back to the ending. We're at the end sequence now. We have Bronson Reed, Paul Heyman, and Braun Breaker walking out, and Roman attacks. He attacks Bronson Reed. Attack. And that fight will take them out of the picture. Then Adam Pearce is freaking out. He's like, get to the ring. It's like, it wasn't really Braun Breaker's fault. But then LA Knight attacks. Who is his main event opponent. LA Knight attacks all the way to the ring. They fight all the way to the ring. It's a decent match. By now, I'm super tired, though. I'm not going to lie. Like I said, kind of a flat Raw, but lots still going on. Like, I'm not hating this Raw, but just, like I said, no all opera, no soap. And the fight continues. Eventually, Seth Rollins' music hits, which will lead to a distraction, which will lead to a spear, and then another spear. Braun Breaker will get the win on LA Knight. And then they beat him up, which leads to Jey Uso coming down, which then leads to they beat him up. That will then lead to CM Punk coming down. They chase them out. So Seth and Braun are out here, but then Braun, LA Knight starts picking a fight with CM Punk, which leads to Jey Uso super kicking LA Knight, and everybody's like, yeah, because, there's little, like, nuances that happen, but that's the gist of it. He super kicks LA Knight. We think it's over because LA Knight kind of seems to be such a loner, and so it's like, oh, cool, the two baby faces on top, but then, out of nowhere, Jey super kicks CM Punk, and Seth Rollins is laughing, saying, look, they're breaking apart, they're doing it for us, and Jey Uso now stands tall, and he's like, yeet, and that's the right-hand man, Jey Uso. Saw it last week, see it right now. This is the Jey Uso that I like. This is the Jey Uso that I wouldn't mind becoming champion again. I don't think he will be champion, but I would love if this Jey Uso got it. Not just yeet, but someone with a little bit of an edge. Someone that has some fire in him. And so that was a cool, unexpected ending. I like how they started the match, unique of jumping, brawling to the ring, and ending with Jey Uso turning on everyone. Not really turning, because it's every man for himself, but you get what I mean. So there you go. Roman Reigns, LA Knight, the final 5 seconds, and Nikki Bella with Becky. Those are your good parts of Raw tonight. I'll just give it like I said, not a bad. I'll give it a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could see 7 also, but I don't know, just kind of flat. I yawned 23 times. I can't give it a 7, but like I can understand if you wanted to. It's just I don't know. Maybe living through the Attitude Era might not be a good thing if you're trying to watch the current product, because It seems like Triple H wants to bring it back to 1986 in the territories, and I kind of want it to be, I don't need the Attitude Era, but I wouldn't mind like 2005 SmackDown. So there you go. Boys, girls, have yourselves a great day. I appreciate you, and yeah, so hot takes tomorrow. Go leave a hot take on the community tab. See you, bye.